Perfect.
We're gonna go get something special today. Alright. We are here. See if we can get it out. Up in this storage lies a 01E. There it is. Alright, so we got the Audi King in here. We got
chill. It's looking crazy in here.
we got the Audi King in here.
It's crazy.
And my man Kingsley. Yo, what's your Instagram, bro?
Low-key Benny. Know
Low-key
that.
Benny, yeah. On the screen. Sheesh. We came just for the 01E right here. Alright, we got ourselves a nice 083. Not 01E, 083. Basically, same thing. Shift smoothing. That's what they say. But we'll see. See what kind of power this thing can push down. And here's our delivery vehicle. Oh man. Alright, he's out of here. I know you guys were expecting the 01E, but this is just about the same. I know people in the comment section will probably tell me. But this is what we can find for right now. So we're going to use this, and this handles way more horsepower and torque compared to what's out there on the Porsche right now. So it's better than nothing for right now. Eventually, I don't know, we'll probably just build it and keep it. But I see a lot of forums, people swap these back and forth. So we'll see. Hey you. Hey, this guy playing Call of Duty Mobile. Hey, ready to drop my transmission?
Sure.
Yeah, sure.
I mean, that's it. If you want to, you can do that.
Yeah, yeah. Take a package. All right, and here's the transmission. This is a 083 out of a, I believe an S4, I believe. Don't even ask me what year. I don't even know. But it's here and it's ready to go into our Evo swapped Porsche 944. As if this car wasn't as diverse enough. I mean, Porsche, Audi, I guess, you know, it's kind of the same. But let's make this build more unique than what it was. So let's get this thing cleaned up and try and figure out if by removing the center diff it actually works in front wheel drive only.
Look, because he's actually, as of right now, he's selling his as SVJ because Which one is it?
Alright guys, so we're gonna simulate us welding the diff. I'm just gonna shove this in here. Like one of those freaking
Is that a technical
grinders.
term? Shove it in there?
Yeah.
Technical term. Gotcha.
So now you see the gears are not turning, but the front wheels
Transaxle is.
Yeah, but the front wheels for the Transaxle is, if you guys can see that. We're not just playing around here. So those are spinning, but still the drive shaft sends basically 1-to-1 all the way to the rear, or if it's, I don't know what the ratio is. But welding the diff would be the best thing to do, I guess, for now, but I don't even know. All right, I think I'm onto something here. Theo, spin that. Yo, DJ, spin that shit. So we have it in neutral right now. Let's put it all the way over and up in reverse. Yeah. There you go.
I don't know how he knew this is reverse, but
It's just a bunch of clicks, man. All right, so when you spin that clockwise, all right, I'm gonna spin this. You could see here it's spinning that way, right? So if I match this is like the front diff I'm grabbing. If I match this, you can see we are going backwards. You see the wheels? We're going backwards. So now if I take it neutral and just put it up in third, or you know, first or whatever, it doesn't matter. That's third. All right, spin it the same way. because you know the engine always spins clockwise. This is spinning the opposite direction. Now if I match this is going faster because it's a third gear. You can see that now the wheels are going forward. All right, so now I just need to find a way to weld this outer gear to this inner gear. That way I can turn it into a transaxle. Front wheel drive transaxle. All right, so then this still stands. Since it would work, they both rotate the same direction. We should be able to weld this diff completely together. That way the inner gear is working with the outer gear and there won't be any reduction. So this should work. This should work. So I guess if we're still not getting the power that we need, I guess we can pop open the front differential in here and just modify that as well. Maybe we can weld that up. I don't know how that would act, but that sounds pretty cool too. All right, so the next task at hand is to try and pop this little ring gear out. That way we can just weld a flat cap on this and we can still use the same amount of, I guess, like transmission fluid this thing would use. So just simplify our lives since we don't have a cap for that. So just try and, like, I guess, press it out, I guess. So I guess we can try and remove the little, like, I guess the little C-clip right there. I guess once we remove that, everything should just fall out. Alright, we got this nice and pressed out. Now I just have to weld a cap on this just to keep all the fluid in. Alright guys, haven't been back here in a while, but here we are, back at Mariah Metal Products. Let's get this diff welded up. Nice new welded center torsion. This just looks amazing. Look at that. I never actually welded a diff before, so it's actually a very cool experience to witness. So done cleaned that out and just connect this back. And we have our nice new welded end cap. This thing is really nice, and you saw earlier it does not leak. We've put some water through it. And the only reason why we are keeping it and this long is because you see this bearing right here? This bearing right here obviously will keep the whole thing centered, and it seats right in there. So basically it would kind of be the same like how nothing ever happened except this torsion diff got welded. So that's about that. I'm gonna go ahead and try and test this out to see, you know, if it's like 1-to-1 or whatever. Alright guys, find ourselves a nice little vice grip here. We can nicely turn this to simulate the engine. And I guess we can go ahead and put this in like first gear. That'll be fine. First gear is fine. So now when we spin this thing, you see the diff is back there completely welded up and spinning all as one, which is spinning the inner shaft, which sends the power all the way to the wheels. Look at that. Look at that. I'm spinning this pretty slowly here so you can see it rotate. Oops. See that? Easy. Nice. So I don't know how long this alternative will hold up for, but Hopefully long enough to make some good power and enough to have fun and enough to, I guess, hold off until I get my nice R8 gated shifter or whatever transmission next. So that thing's like 8 grand, but we'll see. Definitely this should hold up nicely for now. So let's go ahead, put this housing back on. Gotta clean off this O-ring so it seals nicely. That's about that. She's nice and tight on there. I'll lean the transmission up just in case any excess fluid decided to come out. So by leaning it up this way, I am ensured that nothing will mess up this nice seal that we have here. So that's about this for this transmission video on, well, transaxle video. Now it's not a transaxle. I guess next thing we have to do is drop the transmission in the 944 Evo over here. We have to drop this transaxle and line up the axles. I guess make adapter plates for the axles, and then find a way to adapt the torque tube. So let's take a look. Just as a quick look, not you can tell by the OA3. You can tell the OA3 is a lot longer. We might have to remove that spare tire well. Have it nice and stick out. Probably remove the bumper and do like a super extreme transaxle kind of car. That should be cool. That should be pretty cool. That's about it for this video, guys. Okay. Look at the comment, rate, and subscribe. Never forget, never stop modifying.